this week. We're gonna start off with my man Primo Prophet. He dropped On the Road. This is my man Primo Prophet and MichaelAngelo. He's on all the production. Yep. Shout out MichaelAngelo. This is about 10 tracks long, 30 minutes. What y'all think?
It was good.
I'm sorry, that shit was funny.
Come on, man.
It was good.
You want me to go?
No. Go ahead. Like it was good. And
it's just, I think that it was like good, like where it's a project, you listen and you pick out your favorites. But I don't think I would like revisit the full project again.
This is not your type of music, though.
Well, I mean, actually, it is because MichaelAngelo, I really like his production.
His production is amazing. It's great.
Yes, and I like Jay Dilla, like I like all that. So hearing his production, I was like, this is dope. But it's just, it was the same. It felt like the same tempo throughout the whole thing.
Right.
And I just needed some more variety.
So I'm talking about the content, though. Like, you may love the production.
Yeah,
like,
the content, I know for a fact that like I'm not always gonna love like what niggas be talking about, right. But I'm looking at it from just like a project perspective.
Okay,
I'm taking like that aspect out.
Okay, and
being like, okay, if I were so and so, would I like this? So as far as that, it was really just I felt like it was a lot of similar tracks.
This is true.
But other than that, I thought it was a good project.
Yeah. Cash?
I rap with her similar track shit with the cohesiveness.
Yeah.
Because MichaelAngelo's all over it, right?
Yeah.
So I really couldn't expect like anything to go really too different. You know what I'm saying? And like Primo got a top 5 rap voice from Boston.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like
yeah.
And niggas,
I want this nigga to narrate my biography.
And niggas with voices like that, they know they sound like that.
There was a nigga named Charlie.
Yeah, I want the nigga to order my steak. You know what I'm saying? So like son got the delivery where it's like he makes you hang on to every word and the delivery is tight. You know what I mean? It's a lot of, hamster wheel rap. In regards of like,
that's crazy.
Nah, where it's like there's not much story. There is some storytelling,
of course there is,
but there's also like a repetitive cycle of the bars that I hear.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like he's like, cause I like these words because it sounds good with my voice.
Right.
And he's like, I'm gonna just keep using these words because it sounds good. You know what I mean?
Right.
So after catching that. That's after listening to it 3 times. You know what I mean? Because I actually enjoyed listening to it. So after listening to it, like I'm like, okay, then I started to pick shit out. So.
Oh, I will say, I feel like the features were well placed.
Oh shit! Yeah. Damn, my favorite records on this shit. The Other Side with Av.
Yeah.
Shout out Av.
That was a record.
Yeah.
Shout out
that
my guy.
was a record.
That's a great record.
That was a record. And then
I like the Runts record. That one I was like, okay.
And then Body Rock on MichaelAngelo is also like a cheat code as well. Like,
Primo and MichaelAngelo have been working for years. Like, this is like no surprise to me. Like, they've done multiple projects together. This was easy for them. You know what I mean? Like, it's like Alchemist and fucking Mobb Deep. Nigga. Like, you put them together, like, you already know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They have a formula. So, like, for me, like, I wasn't surprised by this at all. Like, this is exactly what I expect from Primo Prophet. Like, when I hear him, like, I don't think Primo Prophet's, like, a world-renowned lyricist. No. You know what I mean? He just talked that talk, and the way he talked that talk, it make niggas who are from his world listen. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, all right, nigga, talk that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? The skits were placed perfectly. I love The Other Side with Avenue. I love Tell Me Where You're Going with Crime Apple. The Body Rock joint was cool too, man. Time will tell. Body Rock always bring his energy.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean?
I think that helped a lot.
He has a very infectious energy. And, he could turn any song that's mellowed out to, even if he's not like rapping like with mad energy, like he could turn it up. Right. That's just what his tone does, man. So as a Primo Profit project, man, I mean, like this did
I was,
what it
I
needed
was
to do.
feeling this shit.
Yeah.
And I actually never heard his music before, so this was my first time listening to Primo.
Okay.
I've heard Michelangelo projects a lot, but not Primo.
I was
So
feeling this shit.
yeah, so that's
Yeah, I
from
think
like
this might be their third or
fresh
fourth
air
project
perspective.
they've done together.
Okay.
So this ain't nothing new to them.
I probably heard maybe some like singles then,
Okay.
because I know Michelangelo, but
Shout out to Michelangelo, man.
Yeah,
Michelangelo
he's fire.
for real.
I don't think he gets his just due, man.
Nah, yo, to be real, yo, that race is real tight between producers and rappers coming from the city.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
the producers coming from the city are really top notch. Like,
Yeah,
there's
I think the
some really
producers
ill
make it
niggas.
before some certain rappers because
They already are.
they it's easier to put yourself in position that way because all you're doing is making the record. You're making the record,
But that's
Right.
why rapping pays off on the back end.
right? So,
yeah.
but shout out to Primo Profit. Shout out to Michelangelo. So out of 5 red cups for On the Road, we gave this a solid 3.6.
Motherfucker, that's
Shout out my guys, man.
I was feeling that more than 3.6. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You said what?
I was feeling it more than 3.6.
I gave it higher than a 3.6.
I gave it a higher than 3.6.
But our team did them dirty, man. Like, you know what I mean?
That's how
like,
they feel about this shit when
you
it
know.
comes to this type of rap. You know how they get.
Look, you know what we heard
They
was
need some
repetitiveness.
shit to console them.
You know
how they are.
What we heard from the team was repetitiveness, things sounding the same.
Yeah.
You know, it's sounding like one long record. But again,
Yeah.
this is the shit that I like to
I like
listen
it.
to.
Yeah. Me too.
So for me, nigga, this is lit. I'll listen
And
to
shout
this all
out to
day.
the team because I love the way I love their input. They always got.
Oh yeah,
They don't just give out scores. They
and this
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that's why I like the collaborative effort because you know we're looking at it from how the world is gonna look at the music, not just from the lens of a nigga who like gangsta and coke rap, my nigga. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
it
So
can't just be
that's
us all
very
the time.
biased.